So he wouldn't have moved down there. It's only volume. Because that was last time out.
Okay.
Transfer down there.
There's a phrase that goes, a man who stands for nothing falls for anything. And I'd like to change that phrase. I like to say, a man who stands for anything stands for nothing. I personally do not stand for everything. There's some people who like to say, I accept everybody, I accept everything. Well, if you accept everything, doesn't that mean you accept those who say they do not accept anything? So I do not accept everything. I do not accept intolerance. I know it's kind of a weird thing to say, but I do not accept discrimination. Yesterday on Tech Campus, there was a demonstration. I personally wasn't there, but I saw some pictures. I saw some posters. And some of those things that were written, they hurt me. I'm not going to say they didn't. I'm not going to say they have the right to go out and say certain things. They do, actually, they do. I'll say it, actually. But I will say that I do not agree with what was said. I'm not Muslim. But if someone goes out and makes a comment that is discriminatory against Muslims, I will be offended. I personally will carry pain in my heart for others. I stand for consideration. I stand for tolerance. I stand against discrimination. I would like to end my speech with a little quote. Oh, it's quite a long quote, actually. But let me start. First, they came for the communists, and I was not communist, so I didn't say anything. Then they came for the trade unionists, and I was not a trade unionist, so I did not say anything. Then they came for the Jews, and I was not Jewish, so I did not say anything. Then they came for me, and there was nobody left to speak for me. Thank you.
I've heard that quote when I was in Europe. The cow concentration camp.
No, you could have ended, and no one came for me.
That's how I wanted
And then
to.
walked off the stage. I mean, that was a great dramatic ending. You didn't need thank you, bro.
Colin, what was the time?
2 minutes and 20 seconds.
Okay. 0 Lavus. I didn't count it. David, how is the volume up back?
It was the same.
Oh, can you speak up? I can't hear.
It was alright.
Oh, it was all right? Okay. I was back here. So I'm not, you upped it at times, which was good. That's when you want to enunciate, but it overall could be a little louder. So this one's of it. How was Show's opening?
I stumbled in one part.
Well, what did he do?
The idea was very good.
Oh, I loved it. Yeah, I loved it.
So he used a quote, correct? How, yes?
He not only used a quote, but he used a quote that like made you think. Like it kind of, yeah. It made you think about stuff and really made you like anticipate the rest of the speech.
So it was very appropriate for the content and everything.
Also, the ending quote was something that you could really leave on that would cause people to remember it because it like had repetition to it, but it would cause them to think about it as well.
Okay. So we give approval, yay or nay for the opening? Yay?
Very yay.
It was almost like a double opening, the whole storytelling aspect as well. So double yay.
So one thing I want to focus on was, what did we notice about Show's body movement?
At first, it looked extreme, but you covered the entire room without stopping. Remember, the idea is to move and stay there and talk, and move and stay there and talk, and move and stay there and talk. And you just kept moving. But toward the end, then you stood in one place, and it made your speech more dramatic.
So that's definitely one thing you notice. I think you probably went over the camcorder, but you came out here, but you kept on walking like a triangle.
I caught him.
Yeah, you got it?
Yeah, I caught him the whole time.
You got the thirds, just didn't stop and talk at the thirds.
Just take a pause over there every now and then just to reiterate your points. So one of Show's key strengths, I would say, is definitely his tone. It was very
yes.
appropriate for the content. It was very sincere. It had a very good cadence, right? But now let's look at areas of improvement for Show. Jan, could you name some?
It was a little bit too quiet.
Be quiet. So the volume, especially the volume could have been up. That's what I thought so too. Could you add some?
You could have varied your tone a little bit.
Vary the tone?
I think for me, it's more about variation of volume than it is about tone.
I mean, yeah, you definitely on it in terms of the varying aspect. I personally thought that the tone was appropriate for the content, but you definitely ran in terms of vary the volume, that stuff. Adam, could you add something? Yeah, Andrew.
Andrew.
Oh, sorry.
Maybe I guess the hand gestures. You did more hand gestures than I did, it seemed like, but you know, you were using the hand that you had your stuff written in, and the other hand was like paralyzed. Just
So your smiles too, like I could tell that you were smiling, so that also showed you comfort and everything, so that was a pro. So if we could sum it up for show, right, we felt like his quote was an effective opening, the content was, effective, stellar. The three key things from the takeaway. First, volume, right? Check the volume, vary the volume. And having to work on that, just for your speech, talk louder than you actually think you will have to. I know it will be unnatural at first, but that will be a good way to just project your voice and get used to it. Because it does seem more conversational when you speak, which is good, but just let's go out of that comfort zone just for maybe one speech and see how it feels.
Okay.
Second, hand gestures, vary them with your content. And third,
Body movement.
Extremities are awesome, just pause.
Okay.
move on, Sasha.
It's good, man.
For you, show. Andrew, I never gave you mine.
I'll pass it to him later.